So we are going to divide polynomials. Here are the steps. It's very, very simple. You are going to factor the numerator. No different than the quiz you just took. You're going to factor. Factor the numerator. And then you're going to look for things that cancel out. So the factoring actually has like a helpful part of it, because something's going to have to cancel out. Can you close the Chromebook for me, please? So for example, look at number 1. Can you close the Chromebook for me? Can you close the Chromebook for me? Thank you. So when you look at number 1, I'm going to cover this up. Do you see the x squared minus 10x plus 21? Are we looking at that?
Yeah.
Do you notice how that's one of your trinomials?
Yeah.
So you're going to do an x box. But spoiler alert, one of the factors will be x minus 7. Do you see that? So like, it's like half of it's done for you because something's going to have to cancel out. Okay. So what number goes on the top? 21. Hey guys, I need way more focus than that.
Yes,
Negative 10. Well, don't say yes, ma'am, and then don't do it because that isn't respectful. All right. Okay. Just hear yes, ma'am a lot and then nothing actually changes. All right. So I need some numbers that multiply to be 21. Be 7 and 3 and good. Then I worry about the negatives after that. They will both be negative. Why are they both negative? Perfect. They cancel out, gives you positive 21. So these are your numbers. Look, it's going to be x minus 7 and x minus 3. I told you one of them was going to be x minus 7. That's why this is kind of helpful, because it's like half of it's done for you. And that's over x minus 7. Please turn that off. Now watch what's going to happen. Do you see how there's an x minus 7 on the numerator and denominator? They cancel, and your answer is just x minus 3. So again, it's like half the problem is done for you. We're just going to try that a few more times. Yep, that's it. So look at this one. Draw your X box. What number goes on the top? Negative 45. On the bottom is negative 4. One of the numbers is going to have to be 9. Do you see that? It's like a big hint right here. Now it'll be 9 and 5. And then which one gets 9 gets the negative? Good. So these are your numbers. It's going to be m minus 9 and m plus 5. And then on the denominator, you have m minus 9. And so then here's like the whole point. The m minus 9s cancel, and your answer is just m plus 5. That's not too bad. And it's like there's a gigantic hint in the problem, so it's helpful. So look at the numerator for this one. Do you see how it's not a trinomial? Like the middle term is missing? So when you go to, they're perfect squares. What's your square root of 25? 5. So this will be y plus 5. And then what's the other one? Y minus 5. Good. And then your denominator is y plus 5. Wait, go ahead. Are you sure? Yeah, one has to be positive, one has to be negative. Oh, right. Y times y gives you y squared. We just split it apart. I know. All right, so what's going to cancel out, guys? Y plus 5's cancel. And so your answer is y minus 5. So look at this one. Look at the numerator. It's not a trinomial, so you can't do like the X box thing. GCF. What can you take out of both 2 and 16? 2. And also an X. Draw your parenthesis. Now, I usually write divided 2X, divided 2X. I don't really have space to do that here, so I'm going to just talk you through it. If you take this first term and divide it by 2X, 2's cancel, You would just have x. Oh my gosh, it came out to x plus 8. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, the x plus 8 cancel and your answer is just what's left. So 2x.
Wow.
I like it because there's a big old hint in the problem. Like if you don't get something that cancels, you have done goofed. Now this one's a harder factoring problem. Draw your x box. The reason it's tougher is because you have that 2 out front. So negative 24 is what goes on the top. Negative 12 times 2 would be negative 24. 5 goes on the bottom. Don't worry about the negatives just yet. Just come up with some numbers that multiply to be 24. It would be 8 and 3. Then worry about the negatives. Just get the values first, then do the negatives. So which one? Yes, good, because 8 minus 3 is 5. So you're going to take the 8 and the negative 3 and put them over 2. Good. So 8 over 2, negative 3 over 2. Again, this was one of those tougher ones. Has that extra step to it. So how would 8 over 2 reduce? That'll be 4 over 1. Good. And then I heard somebody say this one too. That one's not going to reduce. And then the tricky part of it is you have to start with the denominator. Start with the bottom number. So the first one, 1x plus 4. And oh my gosh, guys, this one comes out to 2x minus 3. Isn't that crazy? Now that one, you kind of can't see it until the end. But if you didn't get a 2x minus 3, what would that tell you? You had a whoopsie somewhere. It was probably with a negative sign, and you would know to go back and fix it, okay? But these cancel, and you just get x plus 4 as your answer. And then last one. This is not a trinomial. It's not grouping, obviously. So what can we do with this, the numerator? What is your GCF? 5. Put a 5, start a parenthesis. I don't have room to write divided 5, but what do you guys think it's going to come out to?
2x minus 3.
It's 2x minus 3. So yeah, isn't that kind of cool? That whole thing cancels and you just get 5.